If we cannot defend ourselves there, we cannot expect to prevail elsewhere, and the safety of our homeland would be put in jeopardy.
We need it for strategic national security and international security.
We are going to do something on Greenland, whether they like it or not.
This is Venezuela. It's the Donroe Doctrine.
For 200 years, every American president has followed the same doctrine. They just dressed it differently. In 1823, a president stood before Congress and told the world, "The Western Hemisphere is ours to protect." He wasn't threatening war. He was drawing a line. 2 centuries later, a different president is drawing that line again. Only this time, he's moving it.
No nation or group of nations is in any position to be able to secure Greenland other than the United States. We need it for strategic national security and international security. And that's the reason I'm seeking immediate negotiations to once again discuss the acquisition of Greenland by the United States.
James Monroe was America's 5th president, a Virginia planter and veteran of the Revolutionary War who believed, above all else, that the new republic had to be insulated from European power games. His 1823 doctrine was a reaction to a specific threat. The old European powers, Spain, France, Britain, circling Latin American colonies that had just won independence. His message was simple: stay out of this hemisphere. Any attempt to extend your system to any portion of this hemisphere, we shall consider dangerous to our peace and safety. For 50 years, the doctrine mostly gathered dust. America was too weak to enforce it, but by the 1890s, that changed. Theodore Roosevelt added a corollary in 1904. America now reserved the right to intervene in Latin American affairs if those nations failed to maintain order. In practice, that meant American Marines in Nicaragua, Haiti, and the Dominican Republic. Ronald Reagan revived the doctrine in the 1980s, reframing it as anti-communism. The threat wasn't European colonialism anymore. It was Soviet influence creeping through Central America.
If we cannot defend ourselves there, we cannot expect to prevail elsewhere. Our credibility would collapse, our alliances would crumble, and the safety of our homeland would be put in jeopardy.
He funded the Contras in Nicaragua, invaded Grenada, backed authoritarian regimes from El Salvador to Chile, all under the banner of keeping the hemisphere free from communism. Bush Sr. followed the same logic when he sent troops into Panama in 1989 to remove Manuel Noriega. Clinton's interventions in Haiti in 1994 and military posturing over Cuba echoed the same doctrine, dressed in the language of democracy promotion. The doctrine evolved with every president. The justifications changed: colonialism, communism, democracy. But the core assumption never changed. The Western Hemisphere belongs to Washington's sphere of influence. What Trump has done is strip away the diplomatic language
I would like to make a deal.
and say the quiet part loud.
We're going to do it the hard way, but we need that.
Trump's version of the Monroe Doctrine, what critics are calling the Donroe Doctrine, isn't just about keeping foreign powers out. It's about asserting American control over territory, resources, and strategic geography that Washington doesn't currently own or govern.
We need it for strategic national security and international security. This enormous unsecured island is actually part of North America. It's the United States alone that can protect this giant mass of land.
Greenland, Panama, Cuba, Venezuela, Iran, each represents a different lever. Minerals, oil, choke points, regime change, resource extraction, regional dominance. This is 19th century great power logic dressed in 21st century social media. The most powerful nation sets the rules in its own backyard, and everyone else adjusts. The logic runs like this. Russia wants Estonia, Ukraine, and Moldova in its orbit. China wants Taiwan, Vietnam, and Mongolia within reach. Why shouldn't America want the same in its own hemisphere? The dangerous answer is because America spent the last 80 years building a rules-based order on the argument that those kinds of claims are illegitimate. Every time Washington invokes the Donroe Doctrine, it hands Moscow and Beijing a mirror. China's watching, not with alarm, with calculation. Every time America withdraws from a multilateral commitment or pressures an ally, Beijing inches further into the vacuum. Russia is watching too. The Donroe Doctrine gives Moscow a rhetorical gift. If America claims the right to dominate its hemisphere, Russia's claims over its near abroad become harder to delegitimize. NATO's founding premise is that an attack on one member is an attack on all. Denmark is a founding NATO member. Greenland is Danish territory. If the United States applies military or coercive pressure on Denmark over Greenland, the entire logic of the alliance collapses.
I have tremendous respect for both the people of Greenland and the people of Denmark.
But right now, we are going to do something on Greenland, whether they like it or not.
By the way, I'm a fan of Denmark, too. I'm a big fan, but the fact that they had a boat land there 500 years ago doesn't mean that they own the land.
But here's what NATO didn't do. When Trump's pressure campaigns targeted Venezuela and Iran, the alliance looked away. No Article 5 invocations, no formal objections, because those weren't NATO members. And that silence revealed something important about how far the alliance's commitments actually extend. Which raises a harder question. As Trump's America distances itself from the multilateral architecture of NATO and the UN, while simultaneously deepening its military and intelligence commitment to Israel, a pattern emerges. Is Israel becoming Trump's preferred model of alliance? Bilateral, unconditional. No multilateral obligations. No burden-sharing debates. If so, the question for European capitals isn't just whether America will defend Greenland. It's whether the America they signed up with in 1949 still exists. The paradox is stark. Trump demands NATO allies spend more on defense, while simultaneously undermining the foundational promise that makes those defense budgets politically viable. Monroe's doctrine warned the world to stay out of America's hemisphere. Trump's doctrine tells the hemisphere who's in charge of it. The words are 2 centuries apart. The logic is the same.